Welcome everyone to Mind Your Own Business. I'm Dr. Erin, your host and your mindset and business coach with Euphoria. And we're going to be talking about what I've heard many a mentor say is the number one skill that we need to have a successful network marketing business. And it's related to having what's called posture. And having posture, you'll hear about this in network marketing. I had never heard about that concept before starting direct sales, but posture, really another word for it is confidence. And so we're going to be talking about the mindset we need and the skill set we need to do the number one skill we need with posture and confidence. So I want you just to imagine what you think the number one skill is that you need to master to have a successful network marketing business. That skill is inviting. So welcome to the club. Your job description is master inviter. When you become masterful at inviting people to take a look at your product and your opportunity, you will have what you want in this business. So it's not enough, and I'm going to talk about how to say and how to invite people with really wonderful wording, but it really, in all sales, not just network marketing, not just Euphoria, but it's not as important of what you say as how you say it. So there's a difference, and I'm sure you can feel the energy, right? To imagine if I said, you know, I've got this thing, and yeah, I'm kind of trying it out, and I'm just wondering if you would take a look. It's very, very different than, Pamela, I've got to talk to you today about something. Something has just come across my lap, and I think it's going to excite you. Like, let's take a look at this together. When do you have 5 minutes? It's very different, right? There's a psychology to it. There's an expectation. Okay, so when we think of inviting people, I want you to think of this. One of the mindset blocks I hear over and over again, and I even struggled with it the other day, is I think most of us just don't want to come off as pressuring people or being pushy. And this is what I want you to think. I want you to have this mindset. Your job is, in a little bit of a sense, to pressure people, but your job is to pressure them to take a look, not to pressure them to join. I'll say that different. I'll say that again. Your job actually is to be pressuring people to take a look at what you've got, not pressuring them to join. So see, when you hear, you know, you maybe have heard be attached to the activity, not the outcome. That's what that looks like. Your job is to invite people to take a look. So imagine this. Imagine that you had someone in a parking lot, you know, in the grocery store parking lot, that was going to give your friend $5,000, and your job was just to get them to that parking lot, and you could not tell them anything about it. You could not give them one detail, but your job was to get them to that. It's kind of like that in network marketing. So here's 3 top things that I kind of want to give you as an umbrella as we talk about inviting people with posture. Number 1, less is more. I want you talking to more people and saying less. I want you talking to more people and saying less when you're doing the invitation. Number 2, you want to keep the invitation separate from the presentation. You want to stop verbally vomiting all over people. When you're out and about, when you're at a networking function, what's really great about this philosophy is you're going to be able to then say, when they start asking you, well, what is it? Is it one of those things? Or what is it called? What is it? You're going to be able to say, you know what? I can't do it justice in the 2 minutes that we have right now. When can we sit down and we can really look at it together? So you're keeping the invitation separate from the presentation. Because guess what they're going to do if you're like, well, it's DNA nutrition. Well, what is that? I don't even know if I believe in DNA, and I've heard about 23andMe and blah, blah, blah. Like, you've already lost it. Or is it one of those, is it network marketing? Well, yeah, it's network marketing. Okay, I don't want to hear about it. Like, you've lost all chance of having a presentation. And then third, you always want to use a third-party tool when you're doing your presentation and you're inviting them to a third-party tool. Third-party tools are 3-way chats, they're messenger group chats, they're calls, they're the presentations that we have every Tuesday and Wednesday night in Euphoria. They're a Zoom call with your upline, whatever they are. And here's the thing, you don't graduate needing third-party tools or using them. And it's not that you need them because you don't know the product or you don't know enough. I'm not using third-party tools because I don't know how to do it. I'm using them because they build credibility. Because what happens if Dr. Erin gets so good at doing a presentation that it actually turns bad? How could that be possible? I used to be so good at my presentation that it was bad because people thought I could never do what she did. So third-party tools give people that vision of, I could share a video with people. I could do that. I could probably share a PowerPoint with someone that's already made for me. I could probably do that. Like, it cannot be the Dr. Erin and Garth show. That's not duplicatable. Leadership doesn't necessarily have to be duplicatable, but your third-party tools, they need to be duplicatable. Okay, so here's what I want you to think about in terms of inviting. I want you to stop pitching people and inviting people the first time you meet them. So I want you to think about dating. You would not go on a first date and be like, I think we should get married. Like, I think it's time. Like, that's the same in network marketing. You are going to get good at what's the next step. You don't offer a marriage proposal on the first date. We're not going to offer the presentation the first time we're meeting someone. Okay? So I want you to think of your job description as really, I am an information sharer and a master inviter. So there's two markets that we're going to be inviting to, cold market and warm market. And here's the thing, you want to get good at inviting your cold market because there's way more humans in that bucket than your warm market. So for many people, for many of us, the cold market is scarier. And you'll hear your team or yourself say, I don't have the skills. I don't know what to say, or I don't have enough people to talk to, or I don't have anyone to talk to. That simply tells us, and what that really means when people say, I don't have anyone to talk to, is I'm not comfortable talking to my cold market. So we've got to get comfortable at talking to our cold market. So here's a tip. When you're out and about and you're meeting someone, you can say, you know what, I really enjoyed our conversation, Pamela. I think we should connect on Facebook. Would that be all right? And you whip out your phone right then and there. That's the first step. It's like the first date. You're not telling them about Euphoria on the first date. You're not even necessarily doing it. You might, if you're on the plane and someone asks you what you do, you might say, oh, I'm launching the world's leader in DNA nutrition. You're not going to take them hostage on the plane. No, 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 unless they ask, right? But you're saying, I just really enjoyed our conversation. I think we should. No one wants to be, what Travis says, pitch slapped. No one wants to be pitch slapped. Okay. If you know of someone in the business world, you might be able to say, hey, do you ever look at other ways of making money outside of real estate? That maybe doesn't interfere with real estate. Okay, cool. We should probably sit down and chat because something's come across my lap that might be of interest to you. That wording, it might be of interest to you, is very much, I am unattached to the outcome. That's called posture. Do you see that? It's posture. It's like, I got something I'm really excited about, and here's some wording for that. It might or might not be for you. It might or might not be for you, and that's okay. I just want to share the information with you. It might or might not be for you, and that's okay. I just want to share the information with you. Lady. Okay. Another thing, and you'll learn this in the Eric Worre trainings, would you be open to taking a look with me? Would you be open to taking a look at this thing that I've come across? Like, I'm very conversational I've learned, because I've practiced, to be very conversational in my wording and in my presentation, right? Would you be open to like taking a look at this video and telling me if there's anything on there that excites you? You might say, I've got something that I'm really excited about, and I have no idea if it'll excite you. And if it doesn't, that's totally cool. But I think it's worth 15 minutes of our time. Would you be open? Would you be open? Psychology says human beings want to be open. So we're going to ditch the vocabulary of, I would love to know, what did you think? Because what did you think triggers people to want to be smart and not be an easy date, not be a cheap date. Human beings want to appear like they have discernment, and they're not an easy date, and they're not too easy, and they're thoughtful, and they're like, well, Erin, have you thought of this? And I don't know. Like, we don't want that triggered. We want expectant language. I would love to know, like, say you show them a video. Okay, I gotta know what excited you about what you just saw. That's posture. If that wording doesn't come natural, practice it with your stuffed animals. Practice it with the goats, Joby. I mean, you practice. No one would say, I'm gonna go and play professional tennis, but I'm never gonna practice. I'm just gonna get out on the court and like do it. Like, no, practice. That's why we have each other. We're sideline sisters and brothers, and we have each other. So practice, practice, practice with each other, okay? And then lastly, of course, the GoPro wording of if I would you. You know, if I sent you a 7-minute video, would you take a look at it maybe in the next couple days? Okay, great. When would you have had a chance to look at it? Okay, great. So I can call you on Saturday then. It sounds like you'll have had a chance to watch that. Awesome. What time Saturday works for you? I've got between 11 and 5. Okay, great. So you're in control in those conversations. You're the one that's leading them to the next step. That's posture. Here's another really great phrase you could say. Pamela, I have no idea if you're interested in this, but if you are, we are going to have so much fun helping people together doing this. Like, isn't that a beautiful vision to paint for someone? If you're interested, dude, we are going to have, and use your own wordings like this. These are words that I would say, but like, dude, if you're interested in this, you might even say to people, I've said to people, like, we're going to be rich. Like, you do what makes sense for that person and that relationship. Okay. Okay. Now, if you have someone that just is not responding to you and not getting back to you, and now you are officially chasing them, this is what we want to say. And this triggers psychologically, it triggers FOMO, fear of missing out. So you're going to hop on, you can say, Pamela, haven't heard from you. I get it. I understand this is not for you at this time. No stress at all. I just want to let you know I'm going to cross you off my follow-up list, and have a great day. And hopefully I'll see you out and about. Okay, bye. No one wants to be taken off a follow-up list. No one wants to be crossed off a list. So again, hey, Pamela, it's Dr. Erin. I understand this DNA nutrition thing. It's not for you right now. No stress, no worries. I just want to let you know I'm going to cross you off my follow-up list, and maybe I'll see you at the next networking group. Okay. Now, if someone says, no, we've collected a decision. Remember, Travis says your job is to collect decisions. So say someone says, you know, it's just not right for me right now. I'm going to say, okay, great. No problem. Thank you so much for letting me know. You know what, are you okay if I keep you posted on my progress? Because it sounds like right now is not the right time. Are you okay if I keep you posted on my progress? Because it sounds like right now it's just not the right time, or you're not interested. And they'll say, of course. Okay. So last but not least, repetition is the master of all skill, right? So yesterday, Wendy on our team, she's like, I'm just going to send everyone to you because it's so fun to watch you work. You're so good. I'm like, well, I've only been practicing this for 8 years. Like, I would hope that I was good by now. But, and she goes, okay, good. I'll be retiring in 8 years, so I'll be ready. I'm like, I'm a really good coach. I could shave 4 years off that. I mean, we were joking, you know, but here's the thing. It's not going to take you 8 years, but it's going to take practice, and it's going to take, repeat this to yourself in the shower. Find your cadence. Find your energy in your voice. Like, did that sound weird? How was that? Practice. People on my team, we're always practicing. We're like, I'm going to memorize what you just said on that Voxer because that was good, and let me practice it back to you. Practice. You will find your wings. You will find your words. You'll find them. So go out and have beautiful posture. If you're struggling with posture, remember the 4 beliefs are your belief in the product, your belief in the company of Euphoria Science, your belief in network marketing, and your belief in yourself. And if one of those needs to be higher, then that's what you focus on working on. And we're all here, and be resourceful and reach out, and we can help you with that. So thanks so much for joining this Mind Your Own Business talk on posture and inviting with confidence.